Let's take a look at using the virtual ballistic turret on the REVIC PMR. So the main feature of the REVIC PMR is the virtual ballistic turret. We call it the VBDC technology. We'll probably come up with a better, shorter name that's easier to pronounce one of these days, but that's what we've named it. And essentially it takes that old technology that we've used where you laser mark the yardage on the turret, and we've turned it into a fully automated ballistic computer that's built into your scope. And the problem that it's solving is calculating your full ballistic solution for all of your parameters in real time versus the old BDC turrets were fixed at a certain set of air density and elevation, and they also don't do corrections for Coriolis or inclination or spin drift or any of that stuff. So we've got a full ballistic solution rather than a limited solution, and what that allows us to do is to correct, instead of a BDC turret that's good to 700-800 yards before you have to start adding corrections, all of a sudden this product can correct as far as you have elevation in the scope, 1,500 yards, 1,700 yards, etc. So as long as your ballistic profile is good, the REVIC PMR is a very, very fast solution that gets you a long ways, and it solves some of those problems as we become more proficient as shooters and we want to shoot further and further. The nice thing about this really complex system that has an encoder and a ballistic computer and a micro display and a power supply, the nice thing about this thing, for all the complexities, it's very, very simple to use. And essentially, all we're going to do as a shooter is we're going to point at our target and we're going to dial the elevation turret until the display shows us the range to the target. So that means I take a range with my rangefinder, it says 700 yards or 800 yards, and then I lift the turret, unlock it, and then I'm just going to dial that until the display says 800 yards. So let's power up the display. And so I'm at my zero range, so 100 yards. So I've got a target downrange. All I'm going to do is just dial the turret until I've hit my target range. And what the computer is doing is, as you click, it's calculating for that adjustment what would be the distance where the bullet would hit on zero. It's very straightforward, and it works just like a BDC turret. So if I want to shoot at a closer distance, I just come back to that target distance. You can see the reticle move, you can see the display change, and the yardage number changes to the distance that you want to shoot, then the scope and the gun and the package will be right on. So it's a very, very straightforward system to use. It's very easy and it's super fast in the field. I mean, it completely puts the old BDC turrets and it puts the ballistic computers and all those devices aside as ancient and way too slow for real field solutions. That is the REVIC PMR Virtual Ballistic Turret.